Hey beauties, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is RAYNNE, aka Riri. I'm a plus size model and a freelance and self-taught makeup artist here in North Carolina. And I love sunshine. Which sounds crazy to people that know me because I'm fat and I hate being hot. Like I hate the heat, y'all. I hate summer. Hate. But I love sunshine. Like there's nothing more satisfying and more beautiful feeling in the world than the sun just beaming in your face. I think it just feels magical. And I think that's why I love the color yellow as well, why that's my favorite color. I think I kind of associate yellow with sunshine and just joy and happiness and just the feeling of freedom. I love it. I love yellow. So today's video, while I'm rambling, is a full-ish, 99%-ish full face of Avon products. If you do not already know, because I don't say it much, I know. If you don't know, I do sell Avon. It's not something that I push or that I kind of put out there a whole lot, but it's something that I'm super proud of. It is a brand that I love and adore and have been a fan of since I was a little girl. It is something super reminiscent and nostalgic for me. I remember years and years and years ago being 3, 4, or 5 years old taking bubble baths in Avon, that iconic freaking, bubble bath bottle that they still make and create today, and my mom using Skin So Soft and still smelling that same exact smell that they still make, and my mom using Imari and Haiku perfumes that they still make. So yeah, I wanted to kind of, show people that they've kind of come mainstream and that they make beautiful, up-to-date, high-quality products for the face, and I am a fan and I use these products all the time. You guys have heard me rave a million times about the foundation, so yeah, if you want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching, and thank y'all in advance. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell and join my beauty family. I would love to have you. And yeah, let's get started. Like I said from the intro, this is going to be a full-ish face of Avon. I will use every product that I have that I could possibly use on my face. There are a few things that I do not own yet, or that I've tried that I did not like from Avon. Just because I sell it does not mean that I like it and that I am going to recommend it to other people. But these are products that I have, that I love, that I have repurchased and bought over and over again, or that I've used time and time again. So yeah, we're gonna get started so that this is not 800 million miles long. Anyways, I always prior to any makeup application or skincare application start with toner, and I have used our new toner for probably 2 years now, and I'm just going to apply it with a cotton ball. You can use a cotton round, whatever the case may be. I also keep this in a spray bottle as well, and just if I am wanting to hydrate my skin or balance out my skin, even just kind of in between, like throughout the day or whatever, I will keep it in the refrigerator in the summertime and just spray my face just if I just need to cool off or just kind of refresh the skin. So I always will start here. We're going to throw that away. Next up, I'm going to go into my new Ultimate Day Cream. And it does have an SPF of 25 in it. It is slightly scented. I feel like obviously with SPF products, you're going to find that scent with it. But I don't feel like if you have super sensitive skin, it's going to bother you any. I do have sensitive skin and I've never had any issues with it. It's a pretty soft, to me, kind of like a soft perfumed scent. Nothing crazy, nothing heavy. If you feel like you're super sensitive to scent, then maybe stay away from it, but I have very sensitive skin, as you all know, and I have not had any issues with it whatsoever. I love the way that this feels. The texture is really nice. I feel like it really goes into the skin pretty quickly, and you guys will see that I will always come with skincare in an upward and kind of outward motion, and then I will kind of pull up and kind of like push the product into my skin. That is just personal preference, and it just feels good. Also kind of give you, your own little self-massage, if you will. So we are going to put these out of our way, and then I'm going to go in with one of my holy grail foundations, and I have talked about this a million times, but it is the Avon True Color, the Ideal Flawless Foundation, and I'll be mixing natural beige and nude both together. Natural beige is a little warm for me right now, and the nude is a little pink. I love this container so much. It is glass, it feels nice and heavy, really substantial. This does have a little bit of SPF in it as well, SPF of 15. Again, this is slightly perfumed. It's a little bit more heavily scented than the day cream is, so if you are very, very sensitive to scent, I would not recommend this for you. But this is perfect for normal to dry skin. If you have oily skin, I feel like because this has more of a kind of satin finish and it doesn't dry down super matte, I would not use this particular one. I would use the other one that Avon carries. The pump on this does lock, which I think is absolutely amazing. There are even high-end ones that I have tried that have the pumps that the pump does not actually lock on, so I appreciate that so much. So I'm going to pump out just a little bit of each onto the back of my hand. I probably got way too much. And then I am just going to mix both colors together. And because I don't want to waste any product, I'm just going to take this little Q-tip and put some product over here and toss that away. And then you all know that I love going in with a flat top quirky brush. This is my Morphe Y6. I believe that they recently dropped this and changed it to the M6, but this is my preference in a brush. You all know that I will always start with stippling motions in the inner portion of my face where I need the extra coverage, and then I will gently buff it out in the perimeter of my face. And then I always do half my face first with foundations, even if it's one I've done a million times on my channel, and then just show you guys a comparison of the two sides. I just feel like that's the best way to show it. I also can't stand when somebody's sitting way back here a million miles away from the camera and we can't really tell what they're doing or what the foundation's doing or how it's sitting on the skin. So yeah. So again, I'm just going in with nice buffing motions, stippling motions to begin with. And I'm going to get the bulk of that product off of the brush. And then as I get the bulk of the product off, I'm pushing away any excess product through the nose because that is where I get really dry and flaky at. Then I'm going to start buffing and doing the nice little gentle circular motions because I don't need as much coverage on the perimeter of my face. I do always do my lids as well. And then again, very softly around the nose area. This foundation goes on really well. It blends in beautifully. It leaves a little bit, I don't speak English, we already have established this, so we know. It leaves a little bit of luminosity on the skin, which I absolutely love, especially having really dry skin. I appreciate that very much. I bring it up into the ears, behind the ears as well. That way when we turn to the side, everybody's blended, we're all at the same party. And then of course, blending it down the neck as well, so I get a nice perfect little blend. But it blends in beautifully, it feels nice on the skin, it lasts on me all day long. I don't get like flaky or anything from it, it doesn't settle my fine lines or anything like that. I can wear it all day, I can sweat in it, this is what I wore during the summer, and it doesn't itch or feel weird or heavy on the skin or anything like that. So I'm going to get close. So you can see that it really covers beautifully. I wouldn't say that it's a full coverage. You can kind of see my little friend here, but you don't see any acne scarring, you don't see any redness or anything like that. And then over here, of course, you can see my broken capillaries, some acne scarring, the redness and stuff that I do have. So I definitely believe that it has really beautiful coverage. I love that you can kind of still see some beautiful luminosity through it. And now we will go to the other side. So again, full coverage here. And down the neck, and perfect coverage. I absolutely love this foundation so much. I've raved about it a million times. It's like $9. And it also goes on sale, buy one get one sometimes. It's also sometimes 40% off. I love it. I'm a huge fan of it. I love that you get the sun protection in here. It's available in 21 different shades. I think the shade range could go obviously a little bit higher, but I think that they are improving. I think that it's a beautiful formula, and we also have a more matte formulation as well, but I absolutely fucking love this foundation so much. So that's the foundation. Next up, I'm going to move into our concealer. I've also spoken about this, I'm pretty sure in the past. I used it as just a like on one of my like, love, and loathes. But this is just our Flawless Concealer Stick. This is in the shade Neutral. And it is just like a basic cream concealer. I'm going to get my mirror because y'all know I'm blind. And I only conceal typically through here. I'm going to get my little friend. This, I would definitely say, is a light coverage, light to medium coverage. It is something that I would only use on days where I just need a little tiny bit of coverage. Okay, I had a coughing fit. I'm sorry. I am still getting over being sick. Well, I'm still technically sick, but I do like to blend this out with the brush. This is a little bit of a softer, kind of more emollient and creamy concealer. So I do like to blend this with a brush. This kind of reminds me of like the IT Cosmetics, like Bye Bye Under Eye, just in the way that it feels. I will say, even for myself, if you have very textured or crepey skin, skin that you find does set, that your foundation or your concealer does not always set well and it creases, this will crease. You need to set this, okay? Make sure you set this. Don't be coming at me saying, girl, that stuff was trash. I looked a hot mess. You have to set this. So I am going to set it immediately while this one is sitting on this side. And the only reason I'm allowing this to sit on the other side is because it is so creamy and emollient, and it's not going to get mattifying or anything like that, or get like chalky or weird on me. I am literally just going into my NYX banana powder. You guys know this. And I'm going to keep my skin just still nice and taut under here so that it does not have a chance to crease on me. And I'm just using my little Morphe sponge, which is what I use all the time. And I just want to do that so that nothing gets cakey or gets, settles into my fine lines or anything like that. Now I will go over to this side, and the warmth of our skin is really going to help that kind of blend in and soften into the skin. That is just my personal preference with this particular type of a concealer. And again, like I said, this is a more light coverage concealer. This is something that if you really have pretty nice skin, but you need just a little something, this is for you. And I'm going to pat it out very softly. And with this is one of those concealers that as soon as you pat it out, you have got to set it or you're going to look a hot ass mess. Which, let's just be realistic. We all age. We all are going to get fine lines and wrinkles. And it is, it's nature. It's the process of aging and getting older. It doesn't really bother me that much. If I can prevent it from looking like crazy crepey and things like that, then of course I'm going to. I don't want my makeup to look crazy as hell. And then I'm just going to immediately dust it off. I don't want powder sitting on my skin for a long period of time. This is just an EcoTools Fluffy Face Brush. And our complexion is done. So you can see that it settles really nicely. It looks really beautiful. The coverage is really nice. And I feel beautiful. I feel really pretty and really secure. I do not like our brow pencil. It is reminiscent to me of the $1 Billion Brows one, which y'all know I did not like. That was a hot mess. It's just too soft and too creamy for me. If that is your preference on a pencil, then go for it. It's just not my thing. So I'm going to do my brows off camera with my Ulta Beauty Micro Brow Pencil in brunette, and I will be right back. Okay, eyebrows are done. I didn't do like a whole big crazy brow, but just a little something, and we are moving along. I'm going into my crayon case Judy brush. Y'all know I love this brush so much. I could just sit with her all day long. I'm now going into my Avon True Color Sandy Beach Bronzing Palette. It has 2 bronzers and a beautiful blush. I'm going to go into the lighter of the 2 bronzers, and I'm just going to warm up my complexion. This stuff is very, very pigmented, so a light hand is all you need. I love that this is super pigmented. It has the most beautiful little bit of luminosity to it, which I really appreciate. I don't know why people hate like illuminating or illuminizing bronzers. I think they're absolutely stunning. And of course, like especially in the summertime, I think just when our skin is already like, you know, beautifully glowy and bronzy and like sun-kissed anyway, I think there's nothing more beautiful than a like glowy bronzer. I think they're freaking stunning. But this is just, it's beautiful. It gives just a beautiful warmth to the skin, a beautiful glow to the skin. This brush is absolutely amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it so much. And I'm just going just in like a little 3 shape all the way around. I'm just warming up the skin, warming up the complexion. Not so much, you know, contouring with this, obviously. Just giving a little youthfulness back to the skin. Making sure that the skin does not look super flat. You know, when we add foundation and concealer and things like that, we kind of flatten out the complexion and make it all kind of one, you know, one base canvas, so to speak. So we want to add some dimension back into the skin. Oh, I love this so much. Okay. And then I'm going to go into my little blush brush. I've actually been switching up my little blush brush recently, and I've been using this Real Techniques brush right here. This is the multitask brush, and I'm just, again, very lightly because this is super pigmented. Gonna hit just the apples of my cheeks and walk the brush very softly up into the hairline. And this again has just the slightest little bit of luminosity to it. And this, I mean, it's wintertime obviously right now. I'm just doing this to do the video. I probably would not do this so much in the wintertime as I would for the summertime. But I still think it's really beautiful. And of course, you know, I always like to hit the nose. I think it's so beautiful. And I always try to avoid, again, any product kind of coming into the nasolabial folds here. I'm going to take my little clean face brush and just make sure that everything's buffed out through this area here. I just don't like how it looks to have any product kind of built up in there. And it just looks really soft and really pretty when you kind of buff everything up, and I feel like it just lifts the face as well. I do not know where my highlighting drops are at, so I do not have an Avon highlighter either. So I'm going to go into my ABH and Amrezy highlighter. I was on the fence with this. I told you guys that in a previous video, that I was like, I like it, it's blinding, but it's also kind of like chunky and kind of glittery. But I really think I'm like in love with it now. And I mean, it is glittery, it is a little bit chunky, but if I just do a little bit of it and then spray my face, I've noticed that like I'm pretty obsessed with it. I mean, it's stunning. It is absolutely stunning. And it does last a really long time on the skin too, which I really appreciate. There are some highlighters that I have tried that they look really beautiful, and then 30 minutes later you're like, where is my highlighter at? Because I ain't seeing it anymore, and that's not cool. And I don't normally highlight at this point. I would normally obviously go back to my eyes and then I kind of finish up the face, but we're gonna switch it up today. It's my prerogative, you know. But yeah, the highlight is, oh, I'm loving it. It can show texture, which again, that's why I'm saying, like, just, you know, especially if you have drier skin, just spray your skin. And y'all know I always spray my skin kind of in between makeup steps. This is the L'Oreal Lumi Shake and Glow Dew Mist. This stuff is so beautiful. I don't feel like much comes out with one spray. I mean, the spray is like so unbelievably fine, but it looks really pretty on the skin. As you can see, it like, I look like the freaking Tin Man now. And y'all know I like to just kind of shake it just a little bit, go on the opposite side from where I had my powder at, and then just kind of very softly walk my sponge across my skin. Make sure I get up any extra kind of residue or, you know, extra large kind of spray particles from the spray. And then this really just makes the makeup kind of sink in and melt into the skin and not sit on top of the skin. I think there's a big difference in how that looks. I'm going to make sure that we have no creasing on our lids. I did put some of the NYX powder on my lids. And we are going to go into our eyes. I'm just going to do something just super natural. I'm going to go into, I love this palette so much. This is called the Magical Eyes Avon True Color palette. And it has beautiful greens and neutral tones, and it's got a black and a purple in here, a good mix of some shimmers and some mattes. I love this palette so much. I'm going to go into a nice fluffy brush to begin with. I'm going to go into my Morphe M433, and I'm going to go into this really pretty kind of brown bone shade, brown and bone shade together, mix them. And I'm going to use this as my transition shade. And really come all the way like into the hollows. Y'all know my little saying, follow that hollow, y'all. Go all the way into that little hollow. These are really nicely pigmented. I honestly was shocked. I have tried Avon shadows in the past. I had a couple single shadows when I was probably in my very early 20s, and they were trash. I didn't like them at all. But this was on sale, and I absolutely loved it. I pretty much got it for the green that's in here. This very, very deep hunter green. And I was like, I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give it another chance because I love the foundation so much. And I'm really glad that I did try it because I'm really obsessed with it. It is very pigmented. There's a little bit of kickback in the pan, not bad at all. There's a little bit of kickback in the pan, but they're very nicely pigmented. They blend like a dream. I mean, when I say I was actually blown away, I was 100% blown away, you guys. And especially, I mean, this was like $4 on clearance. Yeah. So that was even better. But again, I'm mixing this deeper brown shade and then this lighter soft taupe shade. But they last all day on the skin. There's no funky scent to them. They feel really, really buttery. I honestly can't say enough about them. They've truly blown my mind. And y'all know I like to just kind of pull my shadows out just a little bit, and I like to bring and meet the bottom to the top so that I can elongate my eyes because I have hooded lids. You know, it's a struggle sometimes when you have hooded lids, y'all, but we figured out and we work with what we have, you know what I mean? And you get used to it. Like, you find methods that work for you and that you feel like really accentuate, you know, your own eye shape, your own eye color, your face shape, and things like that. Yeah, you know, I think we get into a rut sometimes, or to a place where we feel like, okay, no matter what I do, I don't like it, or, you know, I can't do a cut crease, or I can't do wings or whatever, but you eventually get to a place where you realize, like, I can do it, I just have to, you know, do it a little differently, that's all. But they're achievable. Those same looks are definitely achievable. I'm going to go into my Glamour Dolls little whale brush right here. Still more of a blending brush, but a little bit more tapered. And I'm going to go, I think I'm going to go ahead actually and go into the black. And I'm going to deepen up very softly because this black is actually pretty heavily pigmented, which again, I was blown away by. And I am just going to deepen up the outer V ever so slightly because again, this is very, very pigmented. And you guys know I like to just lay the product down first, then begin to blend it out. But I mean, truly, I think Avon has come a long way, and Avon has such a beautiful, like, nostalgic place in my heart. I definitely very fondly remember, even as a kid, like, you know, taking Avon bubble baths and stuff like that, and my mom buying us like the little Avon jewelry and things, you know, at Valentine's Day and Christmas and Easter and stuff like that. So, you know, I've always bought Avon, you know, as an adult for myself. I've always used like their skincare, and I've always used the Footworks line. And last year, I want to say I started selling it like May of last year. I was gonna buy all the Footworks line because I was like, oh, you know, summer's coming up. I need to get all my little footwork stuff and, you know, start working on these feet. You gotta have cute feet in summertime, you know, take care of your feet like we take care of our faces. And I got ready to reach out to my Avon girl. She was like, look, why don't you start selling Avon? It's really cheap to, you know, sign up for it. And you buy from me consistently. You know what you love. You know what I mean? You are really good at, you know, promoting things. You are really good, you know, I mean, I go live and stuff like that on Facebook. I'm comfortable with people, things like that. And I was like, yeah, why don't I? And it's super cheap to sign up. So I was like, you know, it's a brand I believe in. That's something else that I can say too. I will never, ever, ever, ever promote something or say that I like something if I don't like it. That is not me. I don't believe in that. I think that it's bullshit that people do that. If I don't like a product, I'm not going to go and tell somebody that I like a product. I don't think that that's okay to do. I don't like it. So I just wanted to deepen up the outer corners. I'm taking my little clean e.l.f. brush, and I just very softly want to just blend the edges out just a little bit. I still want that intensity, but I want it, you know, not harsh. There's a difference between intense and harsh. We don't want any crazy harsh lines. So I definitely, you know, I believe in the brand. They've been around for a very, very long time, 130 years. And there are definitely hits and misses, but, you know, I look at it the same way that I look at, you know, an everyday mainstream brand that I love, you know, like Tarte or anything else. So when I look at it in that kind of point of view, or with that kind of point of view, I'm going in with a flat packer brush. This is a Real Techniques brush. I'm going to go into the black and kind of use it as a liner and meet where I've left off. I always do that. I'm going to get as close as I can to my lash line. But, you know, I look at this brand like I look at any other brand. You know, brands will always have hits and misses for me. And there are things that I absolutely, absolutely love. Like there are perfumes that are like my ride or die perfumes in, you know, the Avon brand. There are, you know, pieces, everything that I'm using now, I use over and over and over and over again. I swear by these products. I've gotten like my mom and my niece turned on to these products. You know, these are things that I use consistently and I love them. And I'm that type of person. I am not going to, you know, try to sell somebody something or ever rave about something or use something that I feel like is a piece of shit. I'm going to tell you it's a piece of shit. Just like our brushes. The 3 brushes that I've tried, I absolutely hated. I did not like them. They were very cheaply made, in my opinion. I did not like the handles. I did not feel like they were weighty. I did not feel like they were densely packed enough. The bristles were coming out. I just wasn't a fan. Was not a fan. You know, that's not to say that they're not good quality for somebody else. You know, maybe somebody else doesn't like a brush that's quite as, you know, densely packed. I just didn't like them, so I don't use them. Again, I'm just taking the clean brush and again, very softly going underneath. I like how I said I was going really natural. Yeah, that didn't happen. I am now going to go into this green, my absolute favorite shade in here, and I'm just using my finger because it's a nice pretty metallic, and I'm going to press that on the front half of the lid. You can also use a flat packer brush. You can also wet a flat packer brush. I feel like you don't really need it. I think that this lays down beautifully as is. And I think it is, I love it. I think it's stunning. But I'm like that with, you know, with anything. And just like when I have people reach out to me, I've had quite a few people reach out to me, and I've actually tried a few indie brand type of things from friends. And if I did not like it, you have not heard about it. You know, I'm not gonna shit talk somebody like that because I definitely know that the process to create makeup and brands is something hard, and I'm not gonna ever shit on somebody's name, shit on somebody's hard work, because I know the work that takes and the work ethic that goes into creating a brand and creating product, but I'm not going to promote something like that. You know, whereas like Rebel Rouge Labs, I have used her products for over 2 years and bought them and purchased them and loved them and repurchased and have raved about her for a very long time prior to becoming a brand ambassador less than a month ago. So, you know, I really have to try something, believe in it, love it, you know, kind of like Raw Beauty Christy. Shout out to Raw Beauty Christy. She doesn't know I exist, but I love her. I fucking love her so much. You know, I really feel like she is somebody that I can relate to on so many levels, mainly because of that. Like, I don't feel like she's going to feed me a line of shit. Like, I feel like she's going to try a product, and if she doesn't like it, I'm just never going to see it. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that and I respect that a lot about her. Now I'm going to go into this beautiful, it's like a champagne gold, but it has, to me, it looks like it has definitely got a green kind of like underlying tint of green to it. Hopefully you guys can see that. And I'm going to put that in between where I laid down the black and the green at. Again, just with my finger. Oh my god, that's so pretty. And again, you could wet this and you could really, really intensify it. And you guys can see there's no fallout coming down onto my cheeks or anything like that. They you know, really blended beautifully together. The pigment is there. I'm impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed. And then I'm literally just going to take my finger and very softly pat that out. I want to kind of intensify the brown just a little bit more, so I'm going to go in just with the darker brown, not the taupe. And I'm kind of pushing the product just so I can get a little bit of a more even soft blend up there. Now that we're not going natural. It honestly feels really nice to sit down and do my makeup because I have not done makeup in about 10 days because I've been so sick. Like, I'm still very like congested and nasally, so that's kind of driving me a little bit crazy. I think I'm honestly going to take some of this green as well on my little flat definer brush and then just kind of further smoke out the bottom. But this is, you know, this is my zen place. This is where I, you know, get to come and just kind of get away from the rest of the world, and I can escape, you know, my depression and my anxiety and everything else. And it's like, you know, it's my own personal like judgment-free zone. I can come in here, do what I want to do, play with makeup, relax, and just be free. You know what I mean? It's just, I love it. I absolutely love coming in here. I am now going to take I absolutely love these two, and I've used these since I was, I don't even know, I remember for at least the last 15 years. But these are the Avon True Color Glimmer Sticks Diamonds, and this is the Teal Sparkle. And I'll show y'all what that looks like. And we have many, many, many colors in these. I love the teal the most, and I'm just going to line the top just to kind of pull in the whole like green theme. You guys know I'm obsessed with green for the eyes. Like, I'm still on the hunt for that Mally green shadow stick. One day I will find it. So again, just really, really softly, not like creating a wing or anything. And it's really funny that, you know, if I ever do use any kind of a liner, it is usually these or a Wet n Wild liner. But I love the color of these. They stay all day long. They're beautiful. They come in a million different colors, and they're $3. I just love them. And then we're gonna do some mascara. I only like one of our mascaras. It is our one that's got the curling wand that volumizes and stuff like that. I do not have one right now. That is the only one of ours that I like. So I'm just going to use this Ico one that I recently got in my, I believe it was my Ipsy bag. It's crap and I don't like it either. But at the moment, I don't have any mascaras open that I actually like. So yeah, I'm gonna have to open one that I actually really like. This one just does not do shit for me. And the little fibers or whatever's in here, they get everywhere, and they were getting in my eyes, and this mascara was irritating my eyes. So I personally just do not like this, and it will be going in the trash. I'm trying it for the second time today just to double check and make sure that the first time was not a fluke. But yeah, it is literally not doing anything. And you know, I typically use 2 mascaras, so I don't expect for one to like always be like wham bam thank you ma'am, but I need a little something from a mascara, y'all. Like a little something, okay? And I thought with like the curling wand and everything that it was gonna be like amazing, but this is like the driest. I mean, you can see it does not really do a whole lot. It's just, it's not my cup of tea. Yes, we'll just leave it at that. It is not my cup of tea. Oh, and I'm finalizing all my stuff for my giveaway, y'all. I'm so damn excited. I have never done a giveaway obviously on YouTube. I have done them in like my little Facebook group and stuff like that, so I'm a little nervous. I don't really know quite how these work and stuff like that, so but yeah, I'm finalizing prizes and kind of like my video and stuff that will go with it, so I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited to, you know, kind of see what this year is going to bring. I am really working again, you know, on mind, body, and soul this year, really pushing through, you know, my anxiety and my depression, and starting to, you know, relinquish control here and really start making things happen, and like really letting my goals just kind of start happening. So we're done with 99% of the face. I'm going to go now into my Kylie Jenner Moon lip liner. This is one of my all-time favorite lip liners ever on the planet. And when I use our lipsticks, our Avon ones, because I'm a little bit more mature, I do tend to bleed on the outside of my lips when I wear regular lipsticks. When I wear regular lipsticks, I always use a lip liner or an anti-feathering lip pencil. Always. And her liners are so beautiful. They are so creamy. They last all day. I just absolutely love them. Like, I love her liners better than I love her lippies, which I have not tried all of her styles or types of lippies or formulas, but I love her liners a lot. A little bit as well with the liner. And then I'm going to go in with one of my 2 favorite colors. My other favorite color is this gorgeous deep plum blackish berry color called Vamp. To die for. Stunning, beautiful, and I love it. And this one is called Nude Truffle from Avon, and it is a true beautiful brown nude. Absolutely fucking stunning. Especially with this liner. And these go on so creamy and so beautiful. They smell really nice. They feel beautiful on the lips. I just love them. I'm obsessed with them. And I think that it makes like the perfect little like ombre, little pretty lip. So yeah, I'm loving this look a whole lot. We're going to spray the face again because that's just what I do. Again, let it dry for just a second. And then kind of press, you know, all the products into the skin. Okay, I didn't go quite as natural as I said I was gonna go. But hey, that happens. So that is my full face-ish of Avon. 90-ish% of it, 99% pretty much was Avon. Again, I'm not trying to push any product. I feel like a lot of people sleep on products like Avon or Mary Kay and products like that. I am not somebody that is one of these people, and I'm going to try to use my words wisely and kindly, I am not somebody that is going to ever push products. I am not somebody that's going to cold message people. I am not somebody that is going to bother other people or be a nuisance to sell products. Actually, 90% of the people that know me, even people that personally know me, don't even know I sell Avon. I have the tiniest little Avon group, and I keep all my shit in there. I just don't believe in that. I don't like that tactic. I will very occasionally, if we have something that I'm like, oh my god, this is bomb, like we had the haunted houses at Halloween time, and I have beauties that love, love, love Halloween. It's like their shit and their obsession. So at Halloween time when we had the haunted houses, I was like, you guys, I posted it on my actual Facebook page, messaged somebody, cold messaged somebody, had somebody buy something, and then messaged them 2 or 3 weeks later, was like, oh hey, by the way, would you like to buy something else? That's not my MO. And for other people that do sell in that way, that cold message people and that harass, I don't like that. And I'm saying that because even yesterday, and I've been really sick, so I don't know if that's why it's really been kind of pissing me off lately. I literally yesterday got 5 different girls in my inbox that were like, hey beautiful, you look so sweet and so nice. Can I have you post something on your wall for me? No, you may not, and no, I will not. I feel like you have to work hard, you have to promote your business, you have to keep posting on your own, on your whatever business it is, on my Avon group and stuff like that. If I'm not consistent, just like if I'm not consistent with Instagram or consistent with YouTube, then you guys are not going to want to be on board with me as a brand. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like it's all about how you connect with other people, and cold messaging somebody or friending them on Facebook just to try to sell them something is not a connection to me. I believe in a full-on connection with someone else. But yeah, that being said, it's definitely something that I believe in. I use these products all the time. My mother uses these products all the time. My mother-in-law, my nieces, my sisters. We just, collectively as a family, I have such beautiful, fond memories of using Avon even as a little girl, and it just holds a special place in my heart. And I feel like so many people sit on this brand, and I think that more people should be aware of it, that, we have amazing, beautiful products. And yeah, so that's it. I appreciate y'all watching, and I know this is a long one. I'm really sorry. Grab you a drink, grab a snack. Hopefully you were drinking and snacking. We need to have a drink together. That should be a video. That should be an upcoming video when I'm feeling better. So yeah, thank y'all for dealing with my craziness, and I love y'all so much. Please click that subscribe button and the notification bell and join my beauty family. I'd love to have you. If you like this video at all, then please click the thumbs up and subscribe down below. If you hit the notification bell, I'd be even more grateful and thankful. And always remember to be your own best beautiful. Bye beauties.